So at the end of the road here you can see the church. Just a few details about it. The cornerstone for the church was laid in April of 1886. And the style of the church, or the design of the church, was designed along the lines of the Salisbury Cathedral in the UK. All the stone for the church was sourced locally. It can seat 1,250 people. It has a steeple 72 meters high, and unusually for a church it has a chimney. So there's a fireplace there that guys can make a firing. I might be wrong, but I think it's the only church in the country that has a chimney for a fireplace. A really beautiful old church. Good day folks, and welcome to Down Dusty Roads. My name is Colin, and on my channel I document my rides mainly in the Great and Little Karoo, but also from further afield as time allows. Today's ride takes us on the Erasmuskloof Loop. So starting in Graaff Reinet, a couple of kilometers outside Graaff Reinet we'll turn onto the Erasmuskloof Road. That's a gravel road, and that'll be our ride for the day. There has just been a massive thunderstorm, and came in from Nieu Bethesda side to fuel up in Graaff Reinet, ready for the ride. The temperature was 40.5 degrees, and then I got the rain, and within the space of less than a kilometer the temperature went from 40.5 down to 17 degrees. It was so nice and refreshing. And then the rain stopped after a few kilometers, and within half a kilometer probably, the moment I came out the rain, so the temperature went back to 40 plus. So it was really refreshing. And you can see out there, there's still rain there, and that's where I'm headed. So I'm not quite sure what the condition of that road is going to be like. We'll have to see how things go, I guess. Okay, so here's my turn off. This is the Erasmuskloof Loop that I'm going to do. Let's see if the rain got any of this piece of road, in which case it could be like grease lightning. Let's ride it and see what happens. This is quite a pretty loop. It comes out back on the Graaff Reinet Middelburg road. Let's see what the temperature says. Yeah, 39.5 degrees. This first part of the road is usually pretty rutted. So this road takes you sort of go through a gorge where the river comes down, and when it comes down pretty wildly. You'll see the signs as we go through the various causeways. On this road you also have to watch out for sheep and goats and cattle wandering around in the road. So these causeways are bringing water into the river, which is this side. So we cross a huge number of those. And then we crossed the river a couple of times too. This of course feeds into the Sundays River. There's the first of the cattle in the road. It's a nice looking bull. Here you can see the river. Yeah, so all these causeways are bringing water from the right hand side down to the river. If you have a thunderstorm over here, very quickly this gets quite hectic. And so I was interested to see whether that thunderstorm I went through had fallen here at all, because it could change the road conditions dramatically. So here's the river on our left. There are some Lucerne lands coming up on the right just now. Oh, right here. Egyptian geese and guinea fowl are in there enjoying the Lucerne. Usually the baboons as well. There's a drop or two of rain. Yep. We'll see if we get caught in it or not. I don't mind the rain because it cools it down. Just mustn't make the road absolutely like grease. Well, they've had some water in the rain. They've had some water in the river at some point recently. It's looking good for rain, for thunderstorms. There's some Goonie cattle. We're going into the kloof there, so the thing closes in on you. Here there's definite signs of there being some rain. Not a lot, but I can smell it, and of course you can see the ground is a bit wet. Sure, there's some big drops falling. Wow, I can feel them on my arms. Of course, if you farm here with goats and sheep, you've got to watch out for, well, obviously jackal. That applies all over the place. But rooikat, of course, big baboon that sometimes take the lambs. But rooikat can be a problem. Leopard, of course, too. You won't get to see the leopard very often, but, or if ever. But leopard in the mountains here for sure. Okay, so here's the first time crossing the river. Nothing in it now, but I tell you, I've seen this place come down. This is pretty, eh? Lovely riding along here. My jacket's a little bit wet now. It really helps to cool me down. There's the river again. So this is not the river itself, this is one of these things coming in and feeding into the river. There's the river on the left. You can see there, I don't know whether they're goats or sheep up there on the ridge line. I would imagine they're goats. Well, the rain's coming again, so they're almost riding into it. Yeah, it looks like they are goats. This farm is called Uplands. It's a nice road because it opens up and then it narrows down again, and so there's quite a variety of scenery on this route. Oh yes, traffic. These goats are Causa. It's an indigenous breed, completely different to a Boer goat. Look at that colouring, isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely magic. Beautiful goats. Now, there are two ecotypes here. There's the Northern Cape Speckled, these ones here, and then those are the Causa. So now the road gets a little bit interesting again. Got to watch out for kudu here. They're always kudu in this kloof. These are fantastic roads to ride because you almost never see anyone. The road condition is generally reasonable and you go through some beautiful countryside. What more could you want? The Karoo is a beautiful place. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Farmsteading amongst the trees there. There's some kudu that have just crossed the road. I don't know if you'll see that. There were 4 of them. I can see 2 of them still standing looking at me. 3 of them still standing looking at me. That's beautiful. Look at that view now. Beautiful looking back. Such interesting terrain, this. Lovely road to ride. Climbing a lot now. There we go, look at that. That's another big expanse. I think that's Kobus Olifier's farm. I've only ever been there once, onto the farm. It's got a beautiful old house, really lovely. One of his sons, Jason Olivier, if you're a hunter, Jason is a PH, and the guy has unbelievable contacts all over the place, not just South Africa, to get very unusual species or very large horned, if that's what you're into. So if you're into hunting and you're looking for a PH to show you some good stuff, look up Jason Olivier. He uses this water to irrigate his lucerne beds. So the house is there amongst the trees. It's got a beautiful garden. So we've got baboons in front of us, I think. Yeah. Lovely grove of trees. Beautiful horses and a foal. Look at those lovely lucerne lands, irrigated under pivot. Look at these white springbok. There's some young sable too. There's an older one or two. Let's just stop here. So they're the younger ones. Look at those white springbok. There, a whole lot of springbok going shooting across the road there. Isn't that beautiful? And then here, some big sable. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Hopefully you can see that. absolutely magic. There's a big guy there. I don't know, let me just get... Look at that guy's horns. I don't know if you'll see that straight into the sun. Look at him go. Come out behind the bush there. Majestic. There go some warthogs, a mother plus a whole lot of little piglets. The farm that we're now on is Modderfontein. The house is coming up ahead on the left hand side. So these little cottages you can rent out. Very nice. If you want to come for a break, fantastic place to come for a break. It's such a beautiful setting for a farmhouse here. Most of these places are in a beautiful setting, but look at that. So what's that, 1912, 1913? 1913. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, so driving through this area, it's a real privilege. I mean, a road like this is what's fantastic about adventure bikes. If you're driving from Graaff Reinet to wherever in a car, even if it's in a bakkie, there's some Impala just over there. Who's going to turn off on a road like this? And yet, look at how beautiful it is. An adventure bike, you take all these roads there, the Impala there. Yeah, on an adventure bike, with an adventure bike, you look for these roads. And it's a real privilege. I mean, look how beautiful this is. It just keeps changing, the scenery just keeps changing. So to live where I live and ride an adventure bike, you have to class yourself as very fortunate. So I mean, this morning I've seen kudu, I've seen impala, I've seen springbok, white springbok, I've seen sable, warthog with piglets, all alongside the road. What else? Obviously sheep, goats and cattle. That's the normal farming stuff. What else have I seen today? The smaller stuff like dassies. But to live where I live, have the rides available to me on my doorstep there, and to have this sort of thing 450 k's away, where, I mean, look at this. It's an absolute privilege to ride through here, and this is relatively on my doorstep. Obviously the other stuff, so many of Thomas Bain's passes, that is on my doorstep. This is close to my doorstep. such a varied terrain, such magic roads, and all because of an adventure bike. Because I can almost guarantee you, few people will come down this road going from A to B. You know, if you're going from Graaff Reinet to Middelburg, you're not going to turn off down a road like this. You're going to stay on the tar, even if you do drive a pickup or a bakkie. So an adventure bike opens up a world of magic. And it gives me great pleasure to ride these areas. Now this, I would like to try and stop somewhere here. Really beautiful little kloof here. Water here in the river. I think this is gate number 3, isn't it? I thought there were only 2 gates. That's the end of Modderfontein. There is one other farm that my mate used to own down here. It's called Letskraal. And I'll go past that in a little while. More pigs, warthogs. Oh, quite a few of them, 4. Let's have a look. So the homestead here is tucked away. You can't see it now, but it's tucked away against the sort of backdrop here, and amongst the trees. Really pretty. I can't see it now, but it's in there. I just saw the movement as it shot across the road. I didn't actually see the animal properly. This is Letskraal here. Look at the water there running. Lovely. And some guinea fowl. Well, we've had quite a variety of wildlife today. There they go. Okay, let's have a look, see. Let's have a look, see. Nice and cool in the shade. I mean, it's still quite early, but the temperature's already on the rise. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the Sunday's River. A lot of sheep there on the left. And a ground squirrel. Hope you saw that. Another lovely farmstead here. Wraparound veranda. You need that in the curry. Fantastic. They've had some rain here fairly recently. Another nice kloof here. Well, he's got some nice lands under pivot. Now, is this concrete? Some more lands. Oh, that looks like teff. All red roofs. Looks like they've fairly recently been painted. And a red bucky, obviously. That looks like it could have been the little church. It flattens out again. We're now heading back towards the National Road. Yeah, we've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 kilometers left on this road. Then we turn back onto the National Road. Then I'm going to be heading towards Nieu Bethesda. I'm going to meet up with another adventure bike rider in Nieu Bethesda. He's a guy that follows my channel, Antonie. He rides a Honda Transalp, so it'd be interesting to ride with him and hear about his experiences with the Transalp. Yeah, there I can see the National Road, the cars on the National Road now. Okay folks, that's the ride for the day. I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful detour, the Erasmuskloof Letskraal Road. Really a beautiful detour, well worth doing. The next video will be when I join up with Antonie, and we'll be riding for, I think, 2 days along the Owl route, which is a series of gravel roads around Nieu Bethesda, taking you through also some really spectacular country. So I hope you'll join me for some of those rides as well, and until then, ride safely. Dis die groot man.
Trek hier, help trek.
Oké. Nou, gaan nee.
Ga nee.
Ik denk zo, ja? Ja?
Right.
Okay.
Nou die grote hierdie kant.
Right, so here's our spit. Just put it on. Just got it going. So we've got the pig, the varkie. Got some progress here. As you can see, we've got onions and potatoes going. And here's our pig. He's making some progress. I'll just turn it over. Crackling's looking good already. Fantastic. So here we go, it's the pub. Everyone's sitting on the stoep outside, it's rather nice. And this is the venue. Fantastic venue for a private venue. Oh. All the tables handmade, all with inlays. Really beautiful. All the chairs handmade. Built by the hands of my mate. Incredible, huh? So yeah, here we go. About to cut this up. Doesn't that look good?
Ja, nee, net so beslis hier net trek.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That does look good.
Yes, papa.
Kom net bietjie oop, baby.
Sure. That looks alright. So here's the vineyard night. Everyone's outside on the stoep. But nice.